But doing that though, we want to appreciate you. I mean, spread the word, because every morning from 6 a.m. up until the 9 o'clock hour in the PM side, of course, that would be, we keep you entertained, we keep you informed, we keep you hydrated with all of the stories that, fits with the meteorological departments, the quota they say you should have. We bring it up, to you even and more. But yeah, it is another new week. I mean, it's Monday. It's a Monday, the first day of the work week, but not the first day of the week. And we are excited to welcome you to the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show, where we start your day the right way. It's more like an early morning booster. So you best want to tighten your seatbelts right there. And of course, give your ears to the discourse or every other program that will be coming your way from now up until the 9 p.m. mark. But yeah, our time, it will be due for from now up until the 12 o'clock. That's 12 noon hour. And after that, we'll be leaving the studio so that our other great esteemed presenters will be here to take you on the sunny side show. But yeah, this is the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show. And let me say hi to my colleague. What's going on, Omo?
Good morning.
What's going on?
Good morning, UD. How are you doing
Good
today?
morning. I'm great.
How was the
I'm great.
weekend?
Man,
I
it was
think
a
you don't
long
have
weekend.
a new culture of just, disappearing. Is it like a social media detox or what? But you just
know.
have a way of, just leaving without even dropping a message
Okay.
or a note.
I'm sorry about that.
And then you just
Omo.
resurface.
Apologies for that, Omar. Times are tough now, I tell you.
Okay.
And but don't worry, I'm changing already. That change has started, and that change starts right now because a change has come. So let's change with the change.
Anyway, it's good to see you
Right.
this Monday
Feels
morning.
good to see you. Look
And,
at you. You're dapping. You're dripping on a Monday.
Not a
Come
wine.
on. I
Stop
know the
that.
wine. Tell
Stop
me
that.
now.
Stop
Show
that.
me way.
Stop that,
Waiting
you
there, what's
did.
up?
Stop
Waiting there,
that.
what's up?
Anyways, when next are you going for a clean shave? You should let me know, okay? I think we're due for a clean shave, honestly.
We are due for a clean shave, I tell you. Honestly, we are due for a clean shave. But yes, listening to the sound of our voices right there, all right, it feels good to engage with you again. Sometimes it feels as though one should just not wake up from bed. But yeah, here we are again. I mean,
I'm not going to lie, this morning, in fact, it's been a slow morning for me. I usually set my alarm for 4 a.m.
Same here.
But I woke up 4:30 a.m.
What?
today. Yes, and that's because I realized that once it's 4 a.m. and then I just jump off the bed, it
Yeah.
has a way of affecting me.
you.
Yeah,
That's
so I
it.
don't want to put my life and my health on the line. So I'll just, I'd rather just stay on the bed, roll back and
just a little
forth,
bit.
get myself together, then maybe get off the bed and get started.
Okay.
You know.
So
and
if
all
y'all
that.
if y'all didn't have a routine for waking up, you should know that waking up has a preparation. If you don't do it rightly, it would always come back at
It
you.
will have a strong toll on your health.
Honestly,
really. Yeah.
honestly. But well, let's greet you in a way that we know how to. We would start by saying Agife, right? We would start by saying Olodudu. We would say Amisiere. So I'll let Omoife do the rest. The Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and
The
your
East
dialect,
Coast.
the Isoko
I think
people.
I have an addition actually.
Really?
Yeah, because
An
someone reached out to me
addition?
and said, I was like, come on, Amoife, you really don't rep our tribe. And like, oh, come on, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just start off with the Yorubas. They
Okay,
will say
awesome.
Ekaro.
That's right, Ekaro.
The Hausas will say Inakwana.
Sure.
And just because I personally love to be, extra,
Yeah.
I'm going to add Kuntashi Lahi, and I'm sure the response will be
Lahia
Lahia
Lo.
Lo. And of course, the Igbos would say
Otutuoma.
Otutuoma. I was about to say Agife.
Agife.
Otutuoma, right? And,
They come for you.
Please don't come for me. And the Untonkon tribe,
Otonko tribe.
yes,
What tribe is
in
that?
Benue State, they are the Domas.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll say Ite. Yes, that's how to say good
That's
morning.
It. Ite.
I hope I got that correctly.
Okay. Ite.
Yes, that's for the Untonkon
Untonkon.
tribe,
All
or
right.
the Ufia speaking people in
okay. Benue State. I see
The
that.
last but not the least, okay, not the last right now, but of course, next, let me take you all the way to the Niger Delta.
That's right.
The good people
Of
of
Isoko.
Isoko Nation in Delta State, Nigeria we would say, right.
Omoife, you're going to explain to us why the is Utonko people.
Utonko. Those are my in-laws.
Oh!
Absolutely. Yeah, they reached out to say, come on. Do you want us to send you packing? I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But that's the power of the media, really.
That's right,
yeah,
I tell
when
you.
You have your friends, they want their tribes
to be represented one way or the other.
But no pun intended, if yours was not represented, don't worry, we'll see what we can do about it.
That's right.
Okay, thank
you.
Yeah,
in the language that you and I totally understand, we would say, Una, good morning. My name is Uduak Daniel, and today, of course, is a day to commemorate. I mean, we'll just check it out and bring you up to speed on it.
Absolutely. It is the day to commemorate, the 1994 genocide. It's more like an outreach program on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda and the United Nations. Now, the days of reflection, they're actually like maybe from December 23rd, January 26th, April 20th, and we also have April 7th, which marks the start of the 1994 genocide, which lasted for the 100-day period to mid-July 1994. Now, every year on or around that date, the United Nations organizes commemorative events at its headquarters in New York and at United Nations offices around the world. I think that's the most we can actually share with you as far as this day is concerned because of time.
That's right. And because of time now, let's jump into some things that you ought to know. And after that, we will look into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers proper. And of course, be sure that your voice will be heard loudly and clearly as you reach out to us in the course of it, because we will give you that ample opportunity to also add your voice to the discourse. Let's begin already and have you know that 15 persons, including children, sustained various injuries following a gas explosion in Ijora, Badia, Lagos State on Sunday. Now, the incident occurred at approximately 4:20 p.m. on Amosu Street, Ijora, Badia, within the Apapa Igamu LCDA. All right, Igomu, I guess. Igomu,
yes. I mean, if it's not a petrol, tanker explosion,
I mean,
it's a gas, explosion. But
so
all of these are explosions that, could have been avoided. Right, if you ask me. Moving away from that one, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention has reported the spread of the cerebrospinal meningitis outbreak to Kebbi, Sokoto, and Yobe State, with a total of 315 suspected cases of March 23rd, 2025. Now, of these, 38 cases tested positive for cerebrospinal meningitis, with 23 confirmed as Neisseria meningitis serogroup C, and 14 as Neisseria meningitis serogroup W. Okay, now this is quite complicated.
This is quite complicated. I get that, but yeah, the idea is there's a meningitis outbreak. And it's very, very
in Kebbi, Sokoto, and also Yobe State.
Okay. Well, we'll just move on and let you in on the fact that Senator Neda Imasuen, who represents Edo South Senatorial District on the platform of the Labour Party LP, has praised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his courageous leadership, saying the South deserves to retain the presidency in 2027. Now, speaking at the weekend, Imasuen said the president has shown unbelievable strong courage, in navigating the affairs of the nation and should be allowed a second term. I mean, the conversations
this is coming from someone who's on the platform of the Labour Party, aka LUP.
LUP.
And speaking of which, LUP is actually doing the most. I mean, I'm sure you saw the news on Friday that the Supreme Court had actually sacked Julius Abure. And it looks like a number of people were really excited about that, judgment.
Yeah.
But again, can that really put to an end or bring to an end the crisis rocking LUP at this point in time?
It doesn't seem so, to speak, honestly, because there's quite a number of other
this
things.
This senator is actually looking at, maybe defecting.
Cross-carpeting, yeah. You never know. I mean, this is how it starts. But anyways, if he's praising the president for an unbelievable courage, that could be seen in different ways. Unbelievable courage is what he said. But let's leave it there.
All right.
Let's leave it there.
Now, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has withdrawn the invitation extended to the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammadu Sanusi. The police chief, however, directed the Kano State Command of the Force to obtain the monarch's statement in the state regarding the incident. When I saw the story yesterday, I couldn't help but laugh out so loud because the report I saw actually is different from what the IGP is saying now. What I saw at the time was, you come all the way to Abuja, come
Right.
and explain to us.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But now the IGP has withdrawn the invitation. For what reason exactly? We don't know.
Well, we don't know anymore. Maybe it's well, they just saw that there's been a de-escalation of the violence, and all of that. So okay, don't come anymore. I think we have our answers and everything. But yeah, it goes on to also telling you the kind of political space that we have. I mean, where certain statements will be made and suddenly withdrawn and all of that. But I mean, we've seen quite a number of Nigerians who just make certain statements too, and even though it's been withdrawn, they're still locked up for years.
And
you know?
also, directives have been issued over time.
Yeah.
There should be no Durbar celebration.
Of course,
but
of
of
course.
course, I mean,
we
it
being
still happen,
Nigerians, do we really
you recall
listen?
what happened also in Kogi State,
Yeah, I
where
do.
they suspended.
I
So,
mean,
no,
they say when
but
you're
she
you're
had
blocked
to-
on the road,
you fly.
you fly.
You understand? So
That's
she
how
became
it is.
like a white, not an eagle, maybe an eaglet.
Yeah, that's what it
because we have
is.
super eagles and we have super
Super
eaglets.
eaglets, yeah.
You understand?
This one is a eaglet.
And also the FCT minister visited Bayelsa State, even despite some fears about having gatherings,
Yes.
that would actually bring people out in their
Yes.
numbers and all of that. But
Regardless. And then who's watching all of this flouting of the law? Oh, what happens to the law in this place? So does it mean the law has lost all of its teeth now? to
as far as
grind?
these laws are made by man,
It can be flouted by man.
they can be flouted,
Understood.
they can be broken, and they can also be amended.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That gives a conclusion to the discourse already. Now, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has said that continuous and sustained attacks in communities in the state should not be described as conflicts between herders and farmers, but as genocide against the Plateau natives. Now, Governor Mutfwang expressed that the state's commitment to the fight against insecurity, saying the Plateau spirit of peace, unity, and hospitality remains unbroken. It says, don't see it as a herder-farmer clash no more.
It's
This is
beyond that.
a genocide.
Now that's
against
very,
these
very
people.
strong. Very strong words
word.
there. And also, I like the fact that the president has also, kind of like concerned himself with the happening in Plateau State.
Right.
Because some Nigerians who are also quick to, to react, they are saying that, come on, when some hunters were lynched to death in Edo State, it actually sparked, nationwide, concerns. And
not
so
really
now
protest.
that lives have been lost in Plateau State, come on. Some are even saying that a state of emergency should be declared. But the president has actually, said that those behind these, despicable, act would be dealt with and justice would be served.
Nigerians are saying, President, we need more than that. We need the governors of whoever are the peoples to visit each other so that we can foster peace. We need some compensations for the victims. This is what we are saying. And if one has to also tell the other to stop, maybe destroying the crops, or this one stop, poisoning your farm produce so that it doesn't kill the animals, because that's what's going on right now. Tell these parties that are responsible, let's call a spade and stop hiding under a cloak of righteousness.
Okay, but can this Ruga settlement really put to an end the perceived unending, face-off or misunderstanding between herders and farmers in Nigeria?
May not put an end to it, but of course it might be a start. At least people will say that we are able to still get compensated, because it's been going on for years and there's been no such compensation. This is not me saying that there's any compensation for life, right? Lost. No. But we saw the start of compensations with the Edo State.
Now, the Plateau State governor is saying that this is beyond herders and farmers, clash or clashes, as it were. It is
It says
a genocide.
it's an all-out jealous genocide.
Yes, against the Plateau natives.
Now, that's a
but
strong-
now
strong
this is
one.
where, because some Nigerians are saying that this is just this can actually be traced to the misunderstandings that farmers and herders always
Yeah.
have over
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
now this should be a wake-up call to the Ministry of Livestock. Yes, you have to wake up, hit the ground running. All right, see how you can harmonize the thoughts of these farmers, these herders, and the natives. It's
Yeah.
very important.
Let
We'll
me
leave it
ask-
there.
Can I ask you one
Please.
question, Omo?
Yeah.
Over time we've been saying, headers are the ones destroying the crops, for farmers and all of that. Do you know that now a trend that I've started to see now. Farmers now using certain types of chemicals on their crops, such that when the herd, tramples on it and eats it, it dies, becomes poison. And now farmers are being arrested.
No, but I think the implications are actually far-reaching, if you ask me, because we really do not know for a fact the protein that we consume.
Exactly.
We don't know,
Exactly.
how well this meat was actually processed before it was, taken to the market. So let's just be
We'll
very
just leave it
careful with
there.
what we do.
Honestly.
Now, a financial expert, Professor Uche Waleke, says the current size of net foreign exchange reserves at $23.11 billion will positively impact the value of the naira. According to him, accretion to external reserves put the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in a stronger position to defend the value of the over the weekend.
Right.
And again, the tariffs slammed by the U.S. President Donald Trump. Have I put, okay, I think I've shared with you how that tariff or the policies of the Trump administration, has actually affected me, like in recent times.
Yeah.
Directly.
Directly. You shared with me.
So
Sure.
now, with this new tariffs, I think there's one conversation we should, plan towards having with economists.
That's right.
I don't mind us having the studio filled
with
with
economists,
but we really
honestly.
need to look at these issues from different perspectives.
Sure.
But a lot is really going on at this point in time, really.
True.
But President Donald Trump, could you please take a breather?
Yeah, take a
Please.
breather. Calm down just a little
Please. Even the WTO boss, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala,
Okonjo-Iweala.
she had actually warned that if we don't take it easy with these tariffs, the impact on the global economy is going to be so devastating.
Yeah.
For real. It's going to be so devastating. And
Wow.
we've seen, economies from different climes, react to these tariffs and all of that. In Nigeria,
That's right. Well, China and Russia and I think another country now.
the
they're
UK also,
they're already building.
and one African country, I
they're-
think they're actually bracing up
Yeah,
for...
they're bracing up, and that's it. Well, anyways, the federal government says it is set to receive the first batch of 3.205 million meters in April procured to bridge the metering gap in the country. Now, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said this in a statement by Special Advisor, Strategic Communications and Media Relations, Bolaji Tunji, in Abuja on Sunday. We'll just move away from it.
Very quickly, troops of the Nigerian Army's 6th Division have apprehended 43 suspected oil thieves during a coordinated raid on illegal artisanal refineries across Bayelsa, Delta, and River States. Now, the spokesman for the division, Lieutenant Colonel Danjuma, disclosed in Port Harcourt on Sunday, noting that 14 artisanal refineries were also dismantled during the operations. Now, that's a step in the right direction.
That's right, a step in the right direction,
Yes,
right?
43 suspected oil thieves apprehended.
Okay. That's something.
Not
All
too
right.
much.
Not
That's
too much.
okay.
Not too much. Right now, the police command in Benue has confirmed the detention of 3 notorious kidnap suspects in Ogoli Ugboju Utukpo local government area of the state. Now, the command spokesperson SP Suese Anene confirmed this in Makudi on Sunday. Anene said security agencies were carrying out operations in the area when the suspects were arrested. Small. Okay.
Now, the
That's
last but not
something.
the least would be the founder of Zion Prayer Movement Outreach, Ebuka Obi. He has denied claims of being behind the continued detention of controversial blogger Chizorom Ofoegbu, popularly known as Ijele Speaks. The Zion founder had sued Ofoegbu before a federal high court in Lagos over allegations of threats to life. However, he claimed that Ofoegbu was initially granted bail on June 14, 2024, but failed to meet the bail conditions. We'll leave it there this morning, dear listener, on 10 things that you need to know. So very quickly, let's take a look at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers.
That's right. Quite
All
a
right.
lot. It's going to be a smart read, so we'll just give you most times the headlines. Well, the Nation newspaper has got the story. Police protesters head for showdown in Lagos. Abuja has got 2 riders to it now. Group to hit streets. Kicking against anti-cyber security law, Rivers emergency, others. And a second rider to it now, action subversive on police. National Day. All right, that's something. You should find that story continued on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. And just above that story, in tiny font, telecom service quality worsens, page 23. Air Algeria Lunches, Algiers, Abuja flight, something good, right? Page 24. Just above the Nation newspaper now. LP accuses NLC of plotting to invade Secretariat. And you should find that story on page 3. Party alerts police, DSS, that's the rider now. Explosion at Lagos dump site. Police, army probe source of explosive. All right, page 6 holds that story down. And to page 2, popular now, 1,820 residents displaced by Plateau attacks. That's something. That's a lot. And then to page 4, Jimo Ibrahim lists Tinubu's role in strengthening foreign policy. Okay, the last one, of course, is the last one that I've given. But of course, at just the base, you would find this one now. 2 Chinese killed in Abia, page 6. And something that should give you a little bit of smile should be this one, right? Oh, it says Israel denies 2 UK MPs entry and anti-Trump protest rock US cities. And the last one at the very base, Bobrisky smuggled 35 million naira into Kirikiri prison. Okay.
That's on page 6, by the way. The Daily Trust newspaper is leading differently, or not differently now. Take It Back movement insists on protest, demands reversal of Rivers Emergency Rule, alleges rights abuse, misuse of Cybercrime Act, and the last writer says police urge caution. You find details of our story on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Lakrawa kills 13 vigilantes in Kebbi. You find details on page 18, if I'm not mistaken. Lakrawa kills 13 vigilantes in Kebbi.
Okay.
Now, U.S. Tariff imposition may disrupt Nigeria's non-oil exports. This is coming from the federal government. You find details on page 38. World Health Day is the kicker. Nigeria's high maternal child mortality rate spark calls for action. All right, that's on page 31. And then Plateau killings is the kicker. Survivors recount ordeal. ACF urges end to attacks. Details on page 5. Student dies in auto crash after dropping parents at airport. A very sad one there. You
Very
find
sad.
details on page 20. And then Anambra governorship is the kicker. Soludo, Ukachuku, Mogalu get ABGA, APC, and LUP tickets. You find that one on page 13. 2 soldiers, Boko Haram terrorists killed in Borno village attack. We'll leave it there for the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Grab a copy to get details.
That's right. Nigerian Tribune newspaper has got this one right now. Plateau killings is the kicker, the big story. Enough is enough, Ribadu warns.
Right.
It's got a couple of writers now. Nigeria going through tough, difficult times, he says. Mofwang vows to prosecute perpetrators. ACF urges governments to restore peace. LND demands radical security action. Pages 3 and 4 has got that story. To page 24 now. Federal government orders varsities, others to publish budget reallocation expenditure. NCDC records 151 deaths, 1,826 suspected meningitis cases in 23 states. Amazing stuff, right? Doesn't even sound nice. Shelve planned protest. Police warn organizers. Page 26. And to page 26 still, popular something now. Salah incident. IGP warns letter inviting Emir Sanusi to force headquarters. All right.
Yuri, I've told you to stop drinking, Gary. IGP withdraws, not warn.
Oh, okay. IGP withdraws. Okay, I
What's
beg
going
your
on?
pardon. Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Omofe. I'm still working on it. All right. Yeah, just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, Nigerian airports. Airlines grapple with financial woes. Okay. Page 6 is that still news. Page 15 now. Trump's tariffs. Nigeria in consultation with U.S. WTO. Federal government is saying that. Quite a number of writers follow that one, but time would not allow for us to jump into it.
All right.
All righty.
All right, the Guardian newspaper, one fiscal year, 2 budget spike governance concerns in Rivers. Details on page 6. Emergency responder, 16 others die in Ogun multiple auto crash. You find details on page 8. And then Tinubu, Southern governors, Afinefere, others mourn Olunloyo. Details you find on page 7. I chose not to challenge flawed system, says Akpata, as PDP appeals Edo ruling. You find details on page 29. Plateau killings is the kicker. Enough is enough, says federal government amid calls for emergency rule. You find details on page 6. And then NDLEA laments appetite for Canadian grown cannabis in Nigeria. Appetite?
Nigerians have gone beyond our own grown, cannabis. Now we look for the Canadian grown. Oh, Lord, please.
Anyway, you find details of our story on page 8 this morning. U.S. tariffs opportunity to grow Nigeria's non-oil exports, says
That's right.
Oduole. All right, you find that one on page 3. Police withdraw Sanusi's Abuja invitation to quiz monarch in Kano. You find that one on page 30. Adeleke warns Osun monarchs against controversial utterances, fighting publicly.
Okay.
Details on page 7. We'll leave it there this morning for the Guardian newspaper. Before we take a look at the Vanguard, let's quickly go pay this bill. We'll be back in a bit. Do join us again.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Chai! What happen, bros? Now this Ramadan promo where they bust my head though. Ramadan promo? Yes, so the Ramadan promo from my Abuja Home Limited, their real estate company where they support small man to rise. You remember last year, my Abuja Home gave back 500 plots for free. I remember people rush the land now. Then they run am again oh. My Abuja Home Limited for their land where they for Peiko Gwagwalada for Abuja FCT. Then they give out another 300 plots for free in their Ramadan promo. 300 plots for free again? Yes, 300 plots only. No be just any land though. Now FCT Abuja land bros. Just pay the money for legal and admin and you don't become landowner like me. How much bros? If you want 250 square meter plot, you pay only 700,000. And for 500 square meter plot, you pay 1 million only. But the promo day finish soon oh. It finish soon oh. Wow, 700,000 and 1 million naira. Very affordable. Ramadan promo. Help me bros before the land finish. Just call 080-888-37426. 080-888-37426 or 080-827-23824. 080-827-23824 or visit their website www.myabujahome.com. My Abuja Home. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Welcome back from that recess, and of course, playing that, going out there to pay some bills. We're glad that we can do that and bring some jobs for us too. All right, so we can indeed pay more bills, even internally, right? But yeah, we're still looking at the front page of Nigerian newspapers. The Vanguard newspaper, it is now the big story on the front page. Cybercrime Act, emergency rule, protest. That's the kicker now. Anxiety as police organizers differ. It's got a couple of writers. I wouldn't be jumping into all of that, but I mean, there's something from the NLC, there's something from Amnesty. I mean, everybody's talking about the take it back protest. That's what they call it.
What are we taking back, though?
I don't know. What are we taking back?
Okay.
I don't even know. But anyways, page 22 has got this one now for you. No respite for textile industry as domestic market shrinks further. All right. You should find that one on page 22. To page 10 now. Tinubu SGF, others mourn as ex-Oyo governor Oluloyo dies at 89. Oh, life well lived, right? That's something good. So rest in peace. Lesser writes Kayabo says aircraft recovery now seamless. Page 8 has got that story. For the sport lovers now, page 39 has got this one for you. NPFL. Eimba stop Warriors in Oriental Derby. Okay, close Echo Carter bridges, waterways. Page 10, Umai to Somolu. Ikweazu, Ogwanyi, Shehu, Sadi, Omokri, others make ambassadors list. Really? Omokri? Ah, so this is it. This is it. It finally happened for you.
Hard work pays.
Hard work pays, Omokri. Well done.
Consistency.
It's got his name. It's got his name
It's
there.
all the same.
Ooh. Well. Trump's tariffs over 50 countries ready to negotiate. U.S. official. All right, it's got that one. Mufwang, Plateau attacks, genocidal. And police withdraw invitation letter to Emir Sanusi. But there's one thing that comes to my mind.
Okay.
The new NNPCL general, the guy who replaced
Milikiari. Right.
Has he?
Ajulari.
Yes, Ojulari. Has he declared his assets just yet? So that it's not a case whereby he will now enter there now in the space of 1 year. Before you know it, now guys having investment everywhere.
Yuri, have you forgotten that did you take a look at that guy's portfolio? Did you?
I did. So, what about it? If he has all of that
He's
portfolio,
made.
If
Don't
he
worry.
has all, why are
He's
you
made,
Okay,
Judy.
okay, it's fine. I'll leave it
You
there.
declare your
But
assets
still
or
declare
not.
your assets.
Will it
That's
have
the
any
point.
bite on, corruption?
Just declare the assets.
please.
Fine.
Now, the Punch newspaper is leading with 20 governors under fire for delaying 70,000 naira minimum wage. Local government workers, teachers in Zamfara, Cross River, Abia, others yet to get minimum wage. You find details on page 2. 20 governors
Okay.
delaying 70,000 naira minimum wage. Okay. All right. Now, why Trump tariff is bad for Nigerian exports? Federal government is the one talking there. You find details on page 31. Nigeria's debt servicing rises 68% to 13 trillion naira. Details on page 31 as well. 15 injured in Lagos gas explosion. You'd find details on page 5. Police commands brace for fresh nationwide protest. Details on page 2. And the Supreme Court judgment, Abure fears LUP, that's the Labour Party headquarters, a takeover by NLC. You find details on page 16. 2027 is the key card. Coalition pushes for single-term candidate. I'll leave it there for the Punch newspaper this morning.
That's
right.
Just to let you in on that, though, you can now add your voice in the discourse, but you can get across social media platforms. In fact, listening to the sound of our voices right now, get to subscribe on the YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on the Facebook page wall, give us a like, give us a following, and leave a comment in the comment section at Eagles FM Abuja. Spread those beautiful, lofty Eagles wings across every other social media platforms. Talk about X, formerly Twitter. Talk about TikTok, Instagram at Eagles FM Abuja.
All right. Now, okay, let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Moses.
Moses,
Yeah, this is Moses.
good to have you.
God bless you.
Yes, please. Appreciate
Thank you very much.
Welcome aboard, Moses.
Yeah, thank you. Another killing in Plateau State include women and children. I think it is a high time governor needs to sit up because they are coming to that position being elected through people is to save lives and property. All properties secured by them. So, and I also look at this community policing. I think that they should be empowered because waiting for the government to take actions on certain areas, I don't think that the capacity of our security cannot reach.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe that we have strong youth. Our governors should make sure that these youth are trained. We have been lamenting. These people coming to their community to destroy lives and property, they are human beings like them. So their territory must be protected. So they should make sure that any person entering into that community, if it's a stranger, it should be acknowledged. So if the governors and the local chairmen will not sit on board to protect their environment, waiting for the soldiers or so forth, massive life will be, in fact, will lose a lot of people in our society. So I am recommending that the governor should not just look onto the federal government. The state should sit down to draw out and map out their security strategy that this youth can be trained to protect their territories. Then bandits and these bandits or Fulani herdsmen attacking, are they really Fulanis? That is one thing I never did because the Fulanis will know they are the Fulanis that have these things. But these Fulanis, these are people coming from another country into this country. So the government should do proper investigation to make sure that our borders are well tightened. Because these people are full all over. They are all over now. So, and sometimes they come out on social media posting. And these people also attack the Fulanis. So, thank you. You arrest my case for other people to speak.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much, Moses. And perhaps we should distance, we should distance the, what's it called now, the tribe, the Fulani tribe from these acts. Let us
Okay.
leave it as, headsmen,
Headsmen,
all right,
okay.
because there are bad eggs everywhere, all right. For those who are new on here and probably wondering how to reach us, you can connect with us on 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Hello
right.
and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning
GB.
to you, GB.
My name is GB.
Yeah.
Good morning, Udrak.
Good morning to you, GB. Where are you
I
calling
find
from?
it difficult to get you on your show.
Oh,
I don't know
glad,
the reason.
glad you're here now. Where are you calling from?
from my house in Life Camp.
Oh, Life
All
Camp.
right.
Okay. Talk to us, GB.
Yes. I want to congratulate Soludo for picking the ticket of Abga for the second time. This is sure that he's going to. I mean, the second time is sure. It's sure. The going to the pool is just a formality, because as far as Abga is concerned, it's for Anambra people. The legacy of Ojukwu, they want to make it to stand, and nothing. So anybody Abga present is get their vote. It's assured of winning the election, because as far as they are concerned, Anambra is Abga, Abga is Anambra when it goes to governorship. Any other election, House of Assembly, House of Rep, presidency, whatever, it's not them. When it comes to the governor, they say, look, this is Ojukwu legacy. We want to continue to remember for it. So I just congratulate him in advance, because I know that the job will work over for him. Then secondly, the police is saying that some people should not protest this and that. It's their right to protest. Either on police day or not police day, let police give them the right protection and keep them so that they will not disturb the peace of others. And they also should not allow hoodlums to penetrate their midst so that to cause havoc. Once they are peaceful in their protest, it's their right of assembly, right to protest, right to air their view. So police should not cage anybody. So I'm not part of the protest. I don't support it, but the police cannot take away their right from them, provided they are peaceful about their right. Then lastly, I will conclude by talking about the issue of oil price in the market. We can't expect our oil price to drop because it's dropping over there, because the refinery have not gotten that $65 price now. And also, it's not even stable. It goes up and down. Then, most especially, the value of Naira here is not yet stable. We can only expect appreciable decrease. In those who are saying they can buy for 500 Naira, 700 Naira, it's when our Naira appreciate to about $1,000 to $1, or we are able to generate about 3 million barrels per day. With that, we can build drastic.
All right.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, GB, for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
to you.
good morning.
Morning. I tried proud to stay.
All right, keep the call coming through, but let's go take this one. Hello,
Hello,
good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Government of Niger State.
Sorry?
Ibrahim Musa is Gurara local government of Niger State.
Oh, awesome,
All right,
awesome,
good to
Ibrahim.
have you. Please go ahead.
Yes. Actually, I want to talk about the general security, the issue of insecurity. This era we are now is what happened in ancient Europe so many years ago. We call it class conflict. Class conflict. That is conflict between the rich and the poor. And it is because of the misidentification of the needs of the people politically. So people jump into the politics without knowing what to offer to the citizens. So we can still make a correction, because America itself suffered the consequences of democracy for about 80 years. And I want to tell you categorically that America is not as democratically inclinated like Nigeria. We are a great democrat. But one thing that is missing here is welfareism.
Okay.
Welfare. The meaning of that is that Miller and King 2000 defined peace as a political condition that ensures justice and social stability through formal and informal institutions. Social stability means the availability and affordable goods and services to the citizens. That is, your salary is 1 million naira, another person's salary is 50,000 naira, that is the disparity of 950,000 naira. But the two people cannot consume
30,000 naira goods and services, which means the person collecting 50,000 still have 20,000 naira surplus.
Okay.
So what if everybody is comfortable? If everybody is comfortable and everybody knows what to do, even if you are sweeping the street, even if you are pushing the wheelbarrow, the question is, are you comfortable as a human being? Because you must do one thing or the other. So the issue of global economy is when you...
For want of time,
could you please
Ibrahim.
wrap up your story because of time?
Yeah, for want of time,
Yes.
we
Okay,
will
let
have to
me
pause
conclude,
that.
please.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that the government should go ahead and reduce the fuel price head on. That is from 1,000 naira to 300 naira. Then that is when the government will have the locus standi. In law, locus standi means an issue guided by law, supported by law.
All right.
To now tell people this is how much you should do this is how much you should carry passenger and so forth.
Okay.
That's the only thing that can bring peace. That is the only thing that can bring peace.
All right, Ibrahim.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you. Locus
Thank you.
standi.
Thank you.
Government has to implement that one. Has to look into it. All
I
right?
mean, Ibrahim has been able to educate us
Exactly.
to some
Exactly.
extent this morning, and we really, really appreciate that.
That's right.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning to you.
All right, that's a miss, though. Well, did we really hand down the numbers to you? 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888. We'll just take this one and then we'll get on to the WhatsApp portal.
Good morning.
A very good morning to you, Omorife.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Before I mention my name, since your apology has been accepted, you should pay for her lunch today. If you can't, let me know.
Okay. I should pay for our lunch.
Exactly,
Okay.
of our choice.
All right. Me, I cannot. If you say of our choice, I cannot, but I'll try.
What is the occasion, please?
I'm calling you from Lifecam. My name is Sami.
Your name is what, Samuel?
Saminu from Lifecam.
Saminu. Chai, Saminu. Welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let me start with the issue of the insecurity in this country. You see, and the issue on our roads. These are two places that state of emergency should have been declared, because I have traveled all parts of Nigeria. I can't imagine a situation whereby almost 9 years, the road from Abuja to Kano has not been completed. Look at the roads from Abuja to Lokoja and other places. What are we doing, for God's sake? So, see, the issue of oil. What are we doing about the mineral resources God has given us in this country? We're not supposed to borrow money any longer. We have all the takes to pay a minimum wage of 120,000 to 150. Nigeria is the richest country on earth. Nigeria is too rich to be poor and too poor to be rich. What is wrong with our leaders, for goodness sake? And the insecurity. I want to challenge the media houses to go and find out how many policemen do we have in this country. How many attached ministers, ex-ministers, and what have you. We need to have more security men. We are talking about over 200 million people. The security men in this country, I don't think they're up to 1 million put together. We need to work. We need to work off. Nigeria is our country. We have enemies within and outside, but the grace for what will not succeed. We need to remove sentiment of all ramification if we really want to move this country forward.
That's right.
How can this killing be happening as if we're killing animals and all this? For God's sake, it's too much.
Okay.
Enough is enough. The government should work up to their responsibility. So they say they need information, but as long as there is injustice in the country, we'll continue to have these problems.
All right.
Please, for God's sake, Nigerians, I want to call on all of us to also return to God for the betterment of this country.
Awesome.
May God bless you. May God continue to bless our country for this country, because Nigeria is a blessed country. Have a nice day. My name is Saminu from Michael.
Awesome.
So don't
Samilu.
forget that, God, please.
Okay. Samilu, I get
That's
that.
a standing order.
Samilu, I told you I cannot. any one of our choice, I cannot.
And if
but
you fail, if you don't get me that lunch
You say?
of my choice, I'll
Sorry.
come back here to talk about it.
Did I hear you?
Don't choke. This is on. Let's quickly head on to the Facebook page now to see the
Right.
contributions that we have there. Also, Francis Omaga Namani, watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State, says, "Good morning,
Sure,
my
good
people
morning
in the
to you
studio,
also.
and keep up the good work."
Thank
The
you.
incessant attacks and killings in Benue, Plateau, and other parts of the country is unarguably very worrisome, outrageous, and condemnable. Government should come up with urgent, strict measures to forestall future occurrences. A stitch in time saves 9. May God help us. And also, the ruling APC federal government should begin to fix and diversify Nigeria's economy. Honestly, Nigeria is richly endowed, but our leaders have to do the needful. This narrative must be corrected. Thanks and God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Francis.
Ozo. I
Now-
think he went on WhatsApp and he also gave us a message via the WhatsApp.
Okay, so we might
portal.
just,
Okay.
Give the message on the
That's
WhatsApp
right.
portal.
A like, a thumbs,
yes,
or
a
something.
like. All
Okay,
right.
appreciate. Thank you,
Should we
Ozo.
start with a voice note?
Well, let's start with a voice note,
All right.
honestly. Let's start with a voice note so we can have time to just run through the other messages. But yes, it's still the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Rises breakfast show. And let's get
Good morning,
to hear
Eagles
from
FM.
you.
Good morning,
Good
Omoife.
morning to
Good
you.
morning, Nigeria.
Good morning,
My name is
Daniel.
Daniel from Kurudu.
Dan.
Honestly, I think it is hard time for our leaders and those in power to realize Nigeria. My name is Daniel from Kurudu.
Okay.
Honestly, I want to commend the organizer of this Take It Back protest. I think it is hard time for our leaders and those in power to realize that protest is a fundamental human right. People protest everywhere. I also urge the police to protect the protesters. It is their right to protest. Even in the United States, they protest. Even in some countries that are facing security, they protest. Even in Israel, Gaza, people are protesting every day. So the police should have it in mind that it is their primary responsibility to protect life and property. So I commend the organizer. We are looking for a better Nigeria. If things are good, people will not come out to protest.
Right.
Our leaders should have it in mind, please. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Daniel.
Daniel. Honorable Edwards, I believe.
Yes.
Omoife, Isadua, good morning. My name is Honorable Edward from Napo. Police arrest kidnapper in Benue State. Oh, I love that. I love to hear that. I wish it can be extended to almost all the local government in Benue State, because insecurity in Benue State is something else. But at least let's give kudos to them. They have tried this time by arresting them. If they continue like that, maybe it will stop. Then the 20 governors who refuse to pay minimum wage, honestly speaking, what is the problem with these governors? Why is it that governors are always our problem in anything in Nigeria? Why? It's a situation where everybody agreed, they have agreed, federal government, it's mandatory for everybody to pay, and the money is there. The money these people are receiving now is more than what they will receive. So what's stopping them from paying this? What are they doing with this money? May God give us, election is by the corner, may God give us people that will lead us, people that will take care of us. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Honorable.
you, Honorable Edward.
To
And
Selassie. Mr. Selassie.
Good morning, Omoife.
Good morning.
to
The
you.
Adeze of Eagle FM 1.
That's right.
The Hajia Nagasheki. I greet the man with the golden voice,
Appreciate, man.
Ubang Udwak Daniel.
That's right.
My name is Selassie.
Selassie,
Sending
welcome.
this voice note from Nkarki right now. I want to talk about the insecurity, the massacre in Plateau State. I hear NSA Nuhu Rubados talking, the governor is talking. This thing has been happening. It has been reoccurring always. These people, they are not spirit. They come from somewhere to come and kill people, both women and children. I don't know whether you guys have watched the videos of what happened in Plateau. And these people will come and kill without even being traced? No. Then what is the essence of NSA, NIA, DSS, all the intelligence, and this is the headquarters? How many kilometers from Abuja to Plateau? So we are urging the security to do the needful when it comes to this insecurity. Then for the issue of light, Adelabu shouldn't impose any tariff again to Nigerians. So Nigeria has been battling with this power failure, with the Ban A, Ban B, Ban C, without even steady electricity. A small country called Qatar, they are not up to 3 million, they generate over 40,000 megawatts.
Okay, Selassie, thank you for that message. All right.
that one from you, Selassie.
Good morning, UD.
Good morning.
Good morning, Omoife.
Good morning.
It's another brand new week. Thanks for the good job you're doing.
Appreciate it.
I want to stand in the gap of Okwi. Please, he has suffered too much shame. Cut him off, not let him to let his voice. Please, we are Christians. Just pardon him and forgive him. When you get to Honorable Apes program, he listens to him. There's a drastic change in him. He has changed. He has learned his lesson. He has humbled himself. Please, give him second chance. I want to stand in the gap to beg you guys to let him be and forgive him. Let it flow with other family members. Please forgive him. We are human. We're bound to err. Please, let God touch you people this morning to allow him to flow in the midst of this family, one humble family. I beg of you. My name is John. Thank you so much. Calling from Cuba. God bless you.
All right, John.
Thank you, John.
John, appreciate you. I'm just going to be very quick with this. I mean, every show has its rules of engagement, right? I understand where you're coming from totally. Nobody is holding Okwi to heart. The point is, there has been certain, statutes that has been laid down. Okwi, send a message via the WhatsApp. I'm saying it again, apologizing. The family would be noticed or notified, and of course, you call in. It's a family that determines it. It's not in my hands anymore, John. All right, so he has to go through that process, right? So he calls in and then he gives that apology to them. Do you understand it now? So nobody's holding it, against. Okwe is not really suffering. Humility, pays a lot. Trust me. And obedience too, as they say, is better than sacrifice. So let's leave it there. But I appreciate your thoughts, on this one, John.
Thank you, John, for your concern.
Appreciate.
Now let's take the messages that we have. Chinonso from Suleja says, you can see the type of lip service they are paying to score. To scores dying in Plateau State, but about 16 hunters died in Edo. The governor ran to Kano to pay compensations. Same measures should be used for the other people. I mean, what's it good for Bala, no good for Burus? What does that mean, though? As for laws in Nigeria, it's only for the poor, not the rich. Kudos to you, Dwag, because I don't only listen to happenings in Nigeria and across the world, I learn mathematics too. Chinonso, thank you so much for that message. All right. And Samuel from Kuje, standing on the existing protocols.
Exactly.
Good morning to you. Does it mean that there is nothing the authorities can do about the insecurity in this country? Headsmen killing people like no man's business, Lakurawa slaughtering people without mercy, Boko Haram growing wings on a daily basis without hindrance, kidnappers on rampage every now and then, yet the authorities are busy spending billions on daily basis on things that are only beneficial for them or for those of them in authority. What is the offense of the Nigerian masses that the authorities are less concerned whether we live or die? Where they should declare state of emergency, they will not do it. Instead, they are declaring politically motivated state of emergency in Rivers State. God, please help us in this country and show us mercy in Jesus' name.
Amen,
and we say amen.
one.
Thank you so
Amen
much,
to that one,
Samia from Kuje. And
seeing this one. Okay, it's coming from Joseph Jojo from Piakasa. Good morning, UDN Omoife. Good morning to you. It says, police don't have the right to stop anybody from protesting. It is their constitutional right, but it should be peaceful. Police should identify the hoodlums and deal with them. Democracy is not working in Africa, most especially in Nigeria. Let us go back to monarchy rule. God bless Nigeria, Joseph Jojo says.
All right.
Okay, taking this one. Good morning, wonderful people in the studio. Good morning. Omokri makes ambassadors list. It is a very bad one for Nigeria. Well, it might end 2027 when another government takes over. As for the killings in Plateau, it is high time Nigerians defended themselves. That is the only way. Do have a nice day. Agu from FGE Local Goma. Appreciate Agu. All right, this one coming from who? Abaz, reporting from Dutse. Concerning the election, standing on existing protocols, by the way, tribunal verdict in Edo State, which PDP is about to appeal. I want to advise the PDP, as I did warn during the last presidential election when oppositional parties were running to the Supreme Court after unanimous judgment by all judges. Again, I'm sounding it. Please tell all political parties and the PDP no courts will turn down a unanimous verdict from the election tribunal when the judges have clearly stated that they don't have enough evidence to prove their cases. It means that they have a bad case. The process of adjudication is a judicial precedent, but our political parties are not learning. After losing at the Supreme Court, they turn around to be blaming the judiciary for their own failure to win elections or provide evidence or substantiate their cases. Let the PDP not bother appealing. That judgment is a complete waste of justice time or judiciary time, okay? All right, Yusuf now. Good morning, UDN sister Ajia Omoife. Good morning to you. On Plateau and Lakurawa killings, Nigerian government should beam their searchlight on international sponsorship. The other time, a U.S. congressman told us about the activities of USAID in Nigeria. Similarly, Niger president made a revelation on France's connection with Lakurawa, attributing the killings to farmers' herders crisis, Fulani headsmen, bandits, unknown gunmen, religious or tribal factors is diversionary. Plateau State governor has attributed the killings to conflict merchants. I am beginning to believe that there is international conspiracy to cause crisis in other parts of the country, which security agencies ought to have unraveled. Yusuf from Wuse 2.
Well, that would just be about the size of the show this morning because of time. And Vicky Vic is right here in the studios giving us a very stern look.
I don't know. He's not smiling.
He's not smiling.
Men are not
What's going
smiling
on?
these days.
It's
I don't know.
Monday.
But it's change. Change is constant, they say.
But it's not the kind of change that we are praying for. Anyhow, thank you so much for sharing your thought with us, keeping us company also on the show. We sincerely appreciate the contributions on the show, and would always want to, put it out that the views expressed on the show were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. I am Omo Ife Piso Semere.
And I'm Udwan Daniel. We'll be right back in a short bit.